Next. I think we already talked about this. I don't know if we have to say. I put this on here because I was reflecting on mostly the students, but kind of the teachers too. Listening is a learned skill. People don't just do it on their own. You have to teach them how to do it, and listening is a learned skill. All right, that's enough of that.
Don't do that. That's not a cute thing.
I have one more for you to chew on. I don't understand the. I understand it. So this idea that people should. The idea that people should stay and fight. And I'm thinking this in a couple different contexts. So, like, you're at a school. Let's just say you're just at a job. And things are not the way they should be from your perspective. And things should be different, improved, whatever. And should you stay in that place and fight? You're not going to pay attention, are you?
Should you stay in the place and fight?
Oh God, here we go. Should you stay there and fight for what you think is right, or should you just leave?
Leave. Fuck it. Fuck them. Be out.
Yeah, but if you said that, you'd never have change.
Right.
If you
Yes,
ask,
but
if people
are you talking about in their home country
people,
or
period,
No.
anywhere. I'm not talking about expats. I'm talking about people, human beings. Do you stay and fight and make it better, fight for what should be from your perspective, or do you leave?
leave?
Yeah, you don't believe that.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I think it depends.
I don't think you do.
20 years ago, I would have said fight. Now, fuck it.
But you're fighting for it every day.
But you're looking at it from an expat point of view, not just a general dude.
This is your country. You live here.
Right.
You're gonna never fight for what you believe in is right. You would not. You don't even do that on a daily basis. You fight your own students to make them what you think they should be. Every day. You complain about the fact that they don't learn those lessons.
It's
Every
my
day.
job to teach them that.
No, but that's my point. Do you stay and fight, or do you leave? And because leaving essentially means not fighting anymore, not trying to make it better, not trying to see improvement, not trying. That's what the leaving is.
I think it depends on the situation, though. No, but
I don't think it does.
Like if you tried to stay there and fight for the thing that you believe in and are trying to change, but you have no one to back you up, or
But that's what the fight is all about, isn't it? Getting people to back you up.
I know, but what if that doesn't work?
What do you mean? That's the point. It's not gonna work all the time. So do you stay and fight, or do you leave? That's my point. That's what I'm getting to. You hear people all the time, especially in the context of politics or elections, or just people on the job like teachers and dealing with, say, unions or conditions or whatever. Whenever you're hearing any of these things, you're always hearing the drumbeat is always stay and fight. Don't leave. Stay and fight. And I'm not sure if you should.
Sometimes a fight is just not worth it. It's not worth your mental or your physical or your emotional health. If you have to go to a place every single day and fight to get the minimum amount of change or good conditions, it's not the place for
So then
you.
when does it become not worth it?
Well,
See that, because that's the next question. When does you're working in a place, things are not very good, at what point do you just throw in the towel? Because essentially that is what you're doing.
Yeah, I think it varies. Like, I remember when I was in my 20s, my early 20s, I worked for Manpower, and I worked for them for 3 years, and I absolutely loved working for them because I got to go and learn new things and different businesses. But I was assigned to this one business, and I was supposed to be there for 6 months. And the girls found out that my ex-husband was black. My husband at the time was black. And
I'm also black.
from the third day on the job until the end of the second week, I was hit, I was insulted, I was pushed, it was just horrible. And I had never quit a job before. But I called my representative and said, I will not return tomorrow. You need to get someone here. This is what's happening. Because it didn't matter what I said or what I did. I wasn't welcome, and they made sure that I knew that.
I know, but shouldn't you stay and fight?
No!
Because that's wrong. I mean, see, here we go with, it's wrong.
It is wrong, but it's not my job to fix it.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's wrong as an employer having a contract worker come in, and that contract worker is now being treated badly. For it doesn't matter
by
the
all
reason.
Of the employees.
It doesn't matter the reason, because now those employees are beholden to that employer.
Right.
That employer is responsible for the behavior of those employees.
Yep.
So shouldn't you fight for that? Shouldn't you say this is shouldn't you break out the mattresses?
I did. I told my representative what was going on. She scheduled a meeting with me with the owner. I told him what had happened the entire time I was there. His daughter, which I didn't know she was his daughter, was actually the ringleader of the whole situation. And Manpower severed their contract with him. They no longer would provide people because of what happened to me. I didn't know that it had happened before. And so in that situation, there was no way I was going to fight that. I was on my own. No, I wasn't. I didn't fight it.
No,
I said, forget this. I'm leaving. I'm not going to go through this.
Yeah, but you left while sending in everybody else to take care of it. So you kind of did inadvertently fight it because it stopped.
No,
Or
they stopped providing people to them.
Okay, but
do you think that you had a positive influence in changing the future for other people in dealing with that company by taking the actions that you took?
Nope. I think that those people are still going to be bigots. They're still
No. The people that would have come from Manpower. You changed the fortunes of other people by
not
doing
allowing
what
them to be tortured.
Not allowing yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. Hence the fight.
So you fought while leaving. You did this. You
fought with your feet.
Time.
You fought by leaving.
Yeah. Well.
So is that
and telling everybody else this is what happened.
This is what happened, and not staying silent.
And then
see, because you could have done what people do here, right? You could have just said, I don't want to go back there. Why? Well, I don't like this job, but can I have a different assignment? They could have given you a different assignment, put somebody else in there, and things would have just gone on. You didn't have to say anything.
Yeah,
right.
well.
You could have just said, I don't like this, and just left. So you did do both.
You did the Midwestern
Hyper
thing.
polite.
You did the thing that
The hyper polite fight.
you did the very thing that happens in the Midwest, where nobody really confronts. Everybody just kind of, things happen behind the scenes, and all of a sudden a policy is changed.
Yeah.
But it's not really active. It's very, very subtle changes.
I think.
But should people stay and fight? If you don't like the conditions in your city, should you stay there and fight for better whatever? If you don't like the things at your job, should you stay there and fight it? If you don't like things in your country, do you stay and fight? You see what I mean? It's like when you start to stack it up, you're talking about more and more people getting involved and being like their fortunes are going to be wrapped up in this fight. But should that happen? Should they try to impeach Trump?
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about. You're talking about this. The fight could be at any level of society. If society has levels, I think we should just lay them all out and do it like a timeline. But still, where should we choose to fight and where should we not choose to fight? You see?
Well, a lot of Americans are starting to feel like I do, fuck it, leave.
You're talking about leaving America, but you're still going places.
Yeah, you're going places. But a friend of mine posted an article for me this week that more and more people are leaving the U.S. to move to Mexico than the other way around. And between 1990 and 2015, only 800,000 people, Americans, had moved to Mexico. Now it's between 2015 and today, it's over 1 million, separate from the 1990 number. And it's because of the political situation. It's because of Trump. It's because of all of the white nationalism that's going on, and all the danger of being the school shootings and the work shootings and going to the movies and getting shot and going to the church and getting shot and to the club and getting shot.
You should never get shot while you're shaking your ass.
No, you should not.
You should be able to shake your ass in peace.
That's like getting killed while you peeing.
Nope.
It's like getting fired on your day off.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. The stay and fight thing, because when you grow up black in America, you are basically always told to stay and fight.
You are.
You should not accept anything less than human behavior, like human treatment, which is a big deal for us because we had a lot of years, 400 plus,
still going.
No human treatment, not being treated like everybody around. So it's like this idea that you should stay and you should make sure that it's fixed and you should make it right. And then then you live your life as an expat and you start to look around going, why should the people in your current country fight for those things that you essentially left?
Right.
Is it should people stay and fight or should they leave?
Well, we have coworkers who've been there 6, 10, 15, 40 years. And some of them say, I always hope it's going to get better.
Keep hope alive!
But you're not doing anything to make it better.
Keep hope alive!
I don't know that they aren't trying to do something to make it better, but they aren't being heard. And so why, if you've been banging your head against this wall for 15, 20 years and the change doesn't come, why are you still there?
Well, keep hope alive.
If you're banging your head on the same wall in the same spot for 3 years, why are you
Eventually,
staying?
that wall will fall down.
It will not. It's brick. Cement. It's not going anywhere. You're going to crack your skull and your brains are going to ooze out. It's not going to change.
And the wall will come down.
No.
After you've left. You put a dent. I don't know. The stay and fight thing, it's an interesting idea because we get put in that position all the time where we're like, why do you keep doing this? And they say, well, we do it because we're Mexican, or we do it because we're Chinese. And it's just like, but it's not good for you and your country. Like,
and
this
your
is not
children.
This is not a good thing. You have recognized it, not me. You have. Why do you keep it going? And basically everybody says the same thing.
Yep, because it's our culture.
It's like
that's who we are.
Why don't you make a different choice? And I think as expats, we're telling the world to do something that we didn't do.
Stay and fight?
Yeah.
I don't say stay and fight. I say
well,
fucking
no,
leave.
you are saying stay and fight.
How?
Because you're telling them to leave not their country, but leave the job.
Oh no, I tell them to leave the country.
Nah, you kind of don't.
I
You
even
can't tell everybody in a country to leave their country.
No, but
at some point they've got to fix the problems of their country.
But I think that the more people who travel outside of the country and have experiences outside of the country and then return, or not.
What happens if they don't return? Then nothing gets fixed.
Nothing gets fixed.
Their views don't us, not going back.
If you want to find the Traveling Fars on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify,
Google,
or the Google Play, you can find us at The Traveling Fars. If you like the Twitter and the Instagram, send us messages at Traveling Fars. If you like email, travelingfars@gmail.com, and the blog space, thetravelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in Blueberry. Say goodbye to the people. Say goodbye to the people.
bye.